Hi, and welcome back to my channel if you've been here before, and welcome if you're new. I'm Teryn, and I like to make a lot of skincare focused beauty content as well as fashion and life content. If that sounds interesting to you, please be sure to like this video, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a little quick get ready with me chit chat just to kind of chat about kind of where I've been. I haven't really been anywhere. I just haven't been posting. But I'm just gonna get ready and then kind of chit chat about some things I've been up to, and then also what else I'm gonna be planning for this channel. So I did a wash and go 1 week ago, and I'm gonna wash it in about a day or two. So I just spritzed my hair with some water, kind of restyled it, not completely, or just like kind of refreshed it with the same products that I use. So I used gel for the wash and go. And then what I like to do sometimes is just spray some hairspray and then like stretch it. So I just stretched it in like 2 big messy braids just for right now, just to prevent the shrinkage. Because I did kind of chronicle my wash and go last week on TikTok because it was stressing me out because I was at an event and it was shrinking in real time, but yeah, I'm gonna try to, that was bothering me. Okay, so a quick little get ready with me. I don't have my favorite eyebrow products, so I'm just gonna use whatever I have in this bag. So I'm gonna start out with the eyebrows first. Actually, no, I'm not gonna start with the eyebrows first. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with this base. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I started using this because I love, what is it, King Molly Magic or King Molly Makeup. I love her makeup work. I cannot remember what exactly her Instagram handle is, but I love her makeup. She's a makeup artist, and she always uses Bobbi Brown, the Enriched Face Base, as the base for her work. So I started using it, and I've been like watching her for years, and I finally just bought it one day. It's nice and hydrating. It's a nice base for you to like kind of build upon. And it's also great because, you know, this is a stage where it's like, okay, you might, for like my people like me who are on tretinoin, you might realize, oh, some part of my skin is a little bit more flaky. And then you might realize, okay, I might moisturize first before I start putting on a drier, why can't I think of the name? Primer. Because it's just a content day and I'm going to be essentially just wearing this for a video. Like sometimes I've done a content day and I'll actually go somewhere, but this is just to record inside. So I'm just going to keep it easy and simple because I love when I wear makeup and it's easy to wash off at the end of the day. So I'm just going to go lightly with the brows. This isn't my favorite product, so this is why I kind of want to start with this first. The e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil, and it's very thick around. I don't like that. I like a thinner pencil, and I typically use the Anastasia's Beverly Hills pencil. It's still one of my favorites, or I just use like whatever's very, very fine. Okay, so with coming back to this channel, I want to get back to posting at least 2 times a month. YouTube and like just managing a YouTube can be kind of tough in the sense that editing the videos can be very time consuming. And then also it's not just the editing process, it's the uploading process that also takes hours. Like sometimes the upload process can probably take longer than the time spent on editing videos, but I do want to improve the quality of my videos, essentially, like not necessarily like the camera. I'm not going to go out and buy a new camera, a new lens, etc. I'm going to use the same camera, same programs, and I'm just going to try to like make it a little bit more up to date. Just because I've been out of the game for longer, I'll probably do some work to improve the audio for sure, because I know that's something whenever I do edit that I'm like, okay, like for talking videos, it could be better. But that's my goal, is just to upload twice a week, get back into my podcast, and then I also have some fun fashion news for me that will hopefully be able to be discussed next year at the very latest. So not the best, but here we go. So other things that I've been up to, I started a new job. I actually have been looking for a job for like a hot minute, and I finally found one. This job market is very, very tough, but I don't mean that to be discouraging. I'm just saying it is tough, so buckle in. But you know what? For some people, easy. What else have I been up to? Also, I definitely document some aspects of my life on social media. I also wanted to be very conscious of what I post, what I put out, because I don't overshare. I don't post anything, to my knowledge, that's like too related to my personal life. I'm going to keep it that way. Like, no shade. I'm one of those people who like, I don't watch family content. I don't like couples content. And I also don't really care for people to post their kids. It's no shade. Like, if your child is saying like, yes, like you can post me, whatever. But I've seen a lot of people grow platforms by using their kids, nieces, nephews, etc. And then like they'll kind of phase out that. But it's like you built your platform off of the backs of these kids. And I just don't, and that's not relevant to my life. I was just saying, like, I want to make sure that as I go through documenting and sharing on social media, that I'm like very aware of what I post. And then also it's kind of like all the AI things, like it's kind of tricky where it's just like, I just want to make sure nobody's going to be using my stuff for anything weird or strange or just like, against my permission. What am I going to do next? I thought about putting on the eye primer, but again, like I said, this is just for like a brief content day. I'm recording this video and I'm recording 2 more videos, so nothing too crazy. So I'm just going to use this Urban Decay honey for my eyes. I want this to be easy to wipe off, so like that just might be it for today. Like a 1 shadow and some mascara, to be honest. Also, I think I mentioned I also want to relaunch my podcast. I'm trying to get back into the time that I've been spending on other, projects, organizations, etc. Like, I just want to get back into investing the time into myself and the things I'm interested in and the things that like I enjoy doing. Yes, it's tough to juggle so many things with like a full-time job, but it's things that make me happy. So I want to make sure that I commit time to doing those things. Okay. So eyes are essentially done. So nothing too crazy. I could blend this out more. I'm gonna blend it out more. So let's... Also, speaking of makeup, one thing that I have on my list is to get makeup lessons by a professional makeup artist. I love makeup. I love doing my makeup since I was very, very young. But I kind of want to like get methods that like, say I'm going to an event and I might be out of town. I might not get a makeup artist. I really don't use makeup artists. I've only got my makeup professionally done like maybe 3 times. It's not something that I really do often. But I just want to know how to make myself look good, like on my own, and have it be like good on camera, like good if I'm like getting professional pictures taken, and have that on my own. And then also, I feel like with my eye shape, my eyes, they're downturned, but they're also like very round, and I have a lot of eyeshadow space. Like, if you can see, like I have a lot of room to do eyeshadow. Like some people, their eyebrows are a little bit closer to their eyes, and so sometimes I'm just like, what should I be doing? But I remember when I was in Girl Scouts, we had a little Mary Kay kind of makeup lesson, and that was one of the things that someone called out for me. They were like, you actually have a lot of eyeshadow space, so you can have a lot of fun. But this is like coming from someone who's, like teens, 20s, like in the 80s. So that was like the thing, which, we had the cut eyes, the cut crease, all that. But that's never really been my style. But I do want to learn some professional tips on how to do this makeup, especially if I'm planning on doing more content. I have more fashion related content coming next month. I didn't feel like filming that today just because I'm not really in the mood right now, in the sense that it's like a lot of moving pieces. But today I'm doing this Get Ready With Me Chit Chat. I'm doing a video about wedding culture because I did post about that on my TikTok, but I'll leave that for the video. And then I'm also doing a video on, it's a fashion related video, but it's not like me being like giving tips and tricks. It's kind of like me analyzing why so many people are having issues with their wardrobe. Also, more to come with getting my skin back in check. So you can see I've had some hyperpigmentation that has like bounced back, but like once I need to just make an appointment with my dermatologist and get back on it. But I was waiting like my new insurance to clear. More on that and more skincare related videos to soon come, because I've also added some things to try to prevent breakouts. I think when I first started this channel, like when I first like kind of get in the thick of this channel, I think I was working in person and then I started working from home. And now that I work from home, I can actually have a lot more activity throughout the day and during the day versus it being like all at once in the morning, all at once in the evening, or like both or vice versa. So I'm just going to take this Morphe Tan Neutral Concealers in the shade 24. And I also have realized that my undertone is pretty olive. It's more on the neutral olive side. Sometimes I'll just look at my skin, I'm like, it looks kind of green. Like a little hint of yellow, like the goldenness to it. And so I did buy the Pat McGrath foundation this weekend. Finally, it's been on my list to buy. But I'm glad I didn't buy it when it first came out like I wanted to, because now my understanding of my complexion is better and very different. So like you can see that neutralness. And I actually did not mean to like not putting any on my forehead. I know that was like such a big thing back in there. People would not put foundation on their forehead, or they would use like the residue on the brush. That's not me, but I am trying to keep this very simple. The only thing about buying the Pat McGrath is the end of August, like towards the end of August right now, I'm going to have to go back and buy a winter shade. And those foundations are not cheap, but I love Pat McGrath. You know, I'm into fashion. And so I have been a fan of her work for quite some time now. And I was super excited when she came out with her own line. And I know she's doing a beauty brand with Louis Vuitton. So I'm excited to see how that goes as well. But that was a little light. It is a concealer. It is my winter concealer that I think matches me more. So I'm just going to like kind of contour this up a bit. This is honestly not how I do my makeup for real, but I don't have that much to talk about. So I'm trying to get on with it. And also kind of random, but like some of the content that I really like is those people who are like budget with me, watch, like follow me as I pay off debt. Like I love those types of people, but I refuse to let people in on how much money I make or don't make. I just can't bring myself to do it. Like, I don't know, there's a way to do that faceless, but I feel like because so many things, like you would have to essentially make like your account so like a whole new email address, because you know you can have that thing where it's like remove all, block all accounts associated with this. So I don't know if that's just like an email or what, but I love it. I love that content. I love watching like Millennium Money, the CNBC Make It's, like not really good, but I love the Architectural Digest. There's also like another like long form videos about people's houses and stuff. Love those types of content. I don't think I really need to highlight that much because I'm bringing the color back in. So, but I wish I could post stuff like that, but I don't want people in my business. You see, like I'm trying to keep this channel cute, but I don't want people getting overly familiar with me in the sense of like, I haven't really had that issues like with this channel, people getting over familiar. I think it's just like a general thing where people, it might be someone that you knew growing up, like maybe you went to grade school together or something like that, and they like might see like little things that you post, and like I feel like those are typically people that get overly familiar, because I'm just like, I don't even really post that much to have people who watch my page and make fake accounts, but like I have discovered that, and I'm not gonna like really not giving them any mind, but it's like I post book reviews on Instagram. It's really not that deep. TikTok is like essentially what I would post to my Snapchat story if I still use Snapchat. See, I feel like this is decent enough for the camera. Oh, and I was using the Sephora Micro Smooth Face Powder. I've been using this for a really long time now. And then I bought this little Sephora Micro Smooth Captivate. So there is it's a face palette, blush, highlighter, and this is a bronzer. So I'm gonna put some blush on, just add some color. I'm not like the type to go really heavy on the blush, but I think it's such a cute thing to do. And then I'm just gonna bronzer back up because I do have my summer shade. And that's the thing, like for all my people who are on like tretinoin and like really good about sunscreen on the face, and I am pretty good about sunscreen on the body, but it's just one of those things because you're using all those actives on your face that you are very, very like, at least for me, like, and that is like you don't want to like, you've been spending so much time on like getting rid of your hyperpigmentation, working on your skin complexion, that is like you are trying not to like bring it back. So you are very diligent about the sunscreen on your face, but on the body. And keep in mind, I do like to get some color, but it is kind of a stark difference when you see the color on my skin. And I've actually spent a little bit more time outside this summer versus the color on my face. So even when trying to match foundation, I don't really like to go into Sephora without makeup on because they will literally match it to whatever my face is. And I'm like, I need it to match like my neck, my chest, or like, you know, just to come in together. But it can be kind of like when you first like see the contrast, but it's like, no, it's gonna work. So that's why I'm kind of like, I like to use a little bit more products as far as like the contour, just to bring the color in back together so it doesn't look too crazy. So like, to me, I don't know. This doesn't look that bad. It's not my best work, but we're gonna get there. So I'm just gonna like blend this, and sometimes I like to just blend the eyeshadow like in there. And then for my lips, whenever I do like YouTube videos, if it's not like, I don't really do like makeup videos. Since I'm gonna be talking the whole time, I like to just use like a very basic lip, like nothing too crazy, something simple, easily reapplied. So like might be a clear gloss, probably like one of my elf glosses that I've had. I have this one, and then I don't know how long these videos will run for, so I'm just gonna spray like this little Scandinavia. And since I've been talking to y'all, like not only has my voice gotten dry, but my lips have gotten dry, so put some carrots on. And because I am going to be on camera, I might use like not like one of my typical ones. I might just use this because it'll have like more of a contrast versus just looking like my regular lips. And this would be really easy to reapply. I didn't put on any liner. Probably should have, but so nothing like too crazy. I think like when I actually record, but something that's like bring some contrast so my face doesn't look so flat, because again, I did not do a full beat today. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take down these braids. Oh, yeah, I think the last time I talked about anything hair related was about me stopping my curl cuts, but I have decided to start doing more wash and goes and just stretching it. But my goal is to get the rub air. I've watched like a lot of videos and I've been contemplating it for a long time. But since they came out, one thing when they first came out, I was like, no, like, don't need this. But now that like I'm trying to keep my hair stretched to prevent like tangles, breakage, etc., I am thinking about getting it. And then I also owe you guys a review of the pattern blow dryer. I love that blow dryer. I use it a lot. I mainly use it in the winter because once it gets hot, like I don't want any extra heat like on me. It's already hot. So I owe you guys that video, but stay tuned for that and make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this Get Ready With Me. I hope you liked the video. Let me know what's going on in your lives. Is there anything that is similar to what I have going on? As always, please remember to like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Thank you again.